guys, welcome back to our channel. Unfortunately, I am not having the best day. I'm in the ER. I've been having some chest pains and shortness of breath, and that started yesterday, and today I started getting pressure and a tight feeling in my chest, shortness of breath, and I've just been feeling a lot of heart palpitations, and that started yesterday as well. The doctor came in, I explained everything to him, and he said he wanted to run an EKG, they wanted to take an x-ray, and do blood work. So the EKG came back saying that my heart is, I guess, working a little bit harder than what is normal. He said my heart rate is elevated at like just resting. My resting heart rate is elevated. It's higher than what it's supposed to be. The doctor came in and gave me aspirin and nitro, and that nitro, like, it goes under my tongue. It went under my tongue, and as soon as it dissolved, man, I had the worst headache of my life. And I just came back from the bathroom, and they don't have me hooked up to anything. And so that's going off right now. I'm supposed to be taking my blood pressure, but yeah, I'm off of everything right now. So the nurse should be coming in and hooking me back up to everything. And then they gave me some Tylenol for the headache. So I'm just kind of waiting around for the doctor to come back in and read me the results of what's going on. But this is not how I wanted to spend my evening. Liam has mono at home. My mother-in-law just had surgery. My poor husband just worries about everything. He's at home with the kids. He's calling me every 5 minutes. Babe, I love you so much. You're so sweet. I'm okay. I'm ready to get out of here. I'm ready to go. The nurses have been so sweet. My doctor has been so sweet. But yeah, that's what's going on right now. So the doctor just came back. They're going to keep me overnight. I'm getting ready to move up to my room. They said x-ray came back good, and they want to check my enzyme levels every 2 hours, and they want me to follow up or see the heart doctor in the morning. My heart rate is staying elevated even while I'm resting, so it's working a lot harder than normal. So they want to figure out why my heart rate is staying elevated. So yeah, it looks like I'm spending the night here. Fun. I finally got to my room. I got here, I arrived at the emergency room probably about a little after 5 o'clock, and it is 2:30 a.m. I am so tired. I've not had any sleep. I'm going to try to get some shut-eye. They're going to be running a whole bunch of tests in the morning, a stress test, and I don't know. I'm so tired. So I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, everyone. It's morning, yeah. I didn't get any sleep last night. It is 5 till 8. My nurse just came in, gave me some medication. I just got a shot in my stomach. I've never had a shot in my stomach. That hurt. It didn't so much hurt when she poked me, but it burned really bad. And she warned me that it would burn for a while, but not to rub it or touch it because it would bruise. And that was a preventative. It was like a blood thinner, she said. So that doesn't really sound good. All right, my nurse told me I need to order some breakfast, so that's what I'm gonna do. Hopefully I can get out of here soon. I miss my kids like crazy. Liam's not feeling good. Rick's not used to being home by himself with the kids. He does an awesome job, but he misses me. All right, I'm gonna order some breakfast. For breakfast, I had an omelet and fruit, but unfortunately, before I could even eat my breakfast or receive it, the guy, some nurse, or I'm not sure if he was a nurse, was wheeling me in the hallway to go downstairs to get my stress test. And as I was going to the hallway, I see this cart go by, and I look back and I'm like, man, that's my breakfast. And I'm going to be taking this test, it's going to take so long. And as I was thinking that, the doctor came up and asked if I was who I was, and I said, yeah. And he was like, okay, I'm your doctor for today. And was talking about if anything shows up on this stress test, that they were want to do a cath. So I'm like, great. So I get down there, and I started having chest pains before I even got all the way down there. I was on the elevator when I started feeling a tightness in my chest, which, could have been anxiety, maybe. But, and then it started to hurt really bad, like a tight, and it was actually like hurting me. Like, as before, I wasn't in a pain, it was just a tightness in my chest. At one point, I grabbed my chest because I was hurting so bad, and I was like scared. So the nurse came over, and I was like, I'm having bad chest pain. And I wasn't doing anything. I was, just sitting there waiting for my test. And so he said, let me go check your chart. He goes and checks the chart and says, all your tests have come back fine. Nothing looks abnormal. I don't think you need the stress test. So I'm going to talk to the doctor and tell him I don't think you need it. And I'm like, okay, well, another doctor's already said I needed a stress test. So I'm like, okay. So he said something about the medication they give you is kind of hard. Basically, he was like saying that he didn't want to give a 33-year-old this medication if I didn't need it. And he didn't feel like I needed a stress test. Therefore, he didn't feel like I needed the medicine. So I was like, okay. So he comes back, he goes, talks to the doctor, comes back, and he goes, all right, well, doctor agrees with me. He doesn't think you really need the stress test. So we're going to send you back up to your room and send the cardiologist there, and she'll kind of go over everything with you. And I'm like, go over what? Nobody knows what's going on. So how, you know what I'm saying? I'm just frustrated. So I've been waiting for several hours. Cardiologist just left probably about 20 minutes ago. She comes in and talks to me, said my test looked good. She said, I feel like you do need the stress test just so we can rule out anything. And maybe the stress test can show something that they're not seeing. And then she said she's going to go talk to the doctor, I guess, the one I was seeing earlier, about it. If I don't know if she said after the stress test I was going, or instead of the stress test, if I was going to get an echo done. So I don't know. So I'm just kind of waiting. I don't know if I'm getting the stress test. I don't know if I'm getting the echo. If the stress test comes back abnormal, am I getting the echo? I don't know. So I'm just kind of waiting here, trying to figure out what's going on. I don't know, guys. I'm frustrated. I hate being at the hospital. My husband, Rick, literally had to make me go because I didn't want to go. This happened to me 3 years ago, like almost 3 years ago. Had the same problem, shortness of breath, tightness in my chest, but last time I was actually like hurting my chest. It felt like someone who was taking a screwdriver and just like shoving it into me, like an intense pain. And I just kind of sat in bed for several hours. Finally, the pain got so bad I couldn't handle it anymore. So I woke my husband up, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, babe. I have to go to the hospital. And he was like, don't be sorry. Like, we prayed about it, and he sent me off. But yeah, so this isn't the first time this has happened. I've been admitted in the hospital before due to the same symptoms. So I don't know what's going on. Praying that I get answers today. Praying it's nothing big. It's just minor or nothing. But I don't know, guys. So that's my update right now. I'm just kind of waiting And tonight is VBS at our church, and I'm supposed to be in charge of the dance, so I'm like really bummed. I'm hoping I can get out of here. Me and my daughter Esme's sweetheart, she's made up all the dance moves for the VBS songs. I'm so proud of her. She's just such a good little dancer, and so she's excited about it. And she's like, "Are we gonna be able to go to VBS?" And I'm like, "I don't know, babe. I'm hoping so. I mean, it is 12 o'clock now, and I'm just hoping I can get out of here to do VBS. Esme's worked so hard. I told her she could go. If I couldn't go, she could go without me, and she said she didn't want to go without me. So I'm feeling a little bummed. I'm feeling a little down. So just be praying that we get answers today. All right. Okay, doctor came back, the heart doctor came back and said that my tests look good. He really doesn't feel like it's heart related, so thank you, Jesus, for that. He does want to do like a simple stress test. He doesn't want to do the radioactive stress test. That is like a cardiac stress test that they use like tracers on your heart, radioactive tracers on your heart, to access blood flow to the heart. So you're being exposed to a lot of radiation. He said, I'm really young for that, and he doesn't want to expose me to all that radiation. So I'm thankful for that. I don't want to be exposed to all that radiation either. But he said he's just going to do a simple, like run on the treadmill test. That's going to be outpatient, so I'll get to leave here soon. I'm so excited about that. I'm ready to go home. I'm tired. I've been here. Oh, getting close to almost 24 hours. Just about 20 hours now. Yeah, I'm ready to go. But hopefully, everything will check out good. Just came back from my stress test, and oh my gosh, I am so out of shape. I lasted 8.5 minutes, and I was like, I gotta quit. I was out of breath. And then I came upstairs. Well, I had to lay down there for a little bit because my heart rate wouldn't go down. So I waited. They wanted it to write 100 or lower. And I guess it was stuck at like 120, between 110 and 120 for a little bit. And then finally I go back up to my room. They check my blood pressure. I'm still out of breath. Like I'm like trying to catch my breath. And the nurse took my breath, or the tech took my blood pressure, and it read like 198 over 116. And then she goes, that can't be right. I look over, and I instantly like almost panic because I'm like thinking I'm going to go into a heart attack or a seizure or a stroke or something. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So then she was like, calm down. So I'm like, okay, calming down. Took some deep breaths, and it was 167 or 162 over 98. 160 something, I don't remember. Over 98, that's pretty elevated. So I don't know. I'm hoping I can get some lunch. They told me they were going to discharge me, and then all the tests that we're going to be doing, like the stress test, the echo, was going to be all front, like after my discharge. So it was going to be outpatient, and they're for some reason keeping me here and doing it here. So I don't know what's going on. I feel like a lot of these, one nurse will say one thing, a doctor come in and say another thing. There's a lot of the changing of the mind. Like, let's stick to one thing, everyone. Let's stay on the same page. I'm ready to go home, and I'm hungry. So I'm going to call my nurse to see if I can eat some lunch. I'm grouchy. I'm hangry. I'm getting ready to get discharged. I am so ready to go home. The doctor thinks that it might be from the problems I've been having in my chest and the shortness of breath. Could be from one of the medications I'm on. And my husband's been telling me for years that he thinks I need to change my medication. I'm like, oh no, I'm fine. That's not what it is. I just kind of blown it off. And I just looked up the symptoms, the side effects of having, like, taking that medication, and it explains everything I've been feeling to a T. So they're taking he's wanting me to take this swab. He called it he wrote it down here, hold on, a gene site test. And it's a test where it tells you what is good for you, what your body can handle, what's absolutely no, and he wants to make sure that it's not on that bad list. So I'm going to do that, and then he wants to keep me on aspirin, and see me in a month to make sure I'm not having any other issues. And then there's something else. I can't remember. He gave me so much information I can't remember, but I'm going home to see my babies. All right. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to our channel. It's so weird saying that without my kids. I'm used to them saying it. Give this video a thumbs up. Yeah, if you guys have experienced anything like this, drop a comment and tell me about your experience. I'd love to hear from you. All right. Well, thanks for watching this emotional journey.